Subscribe to High TV. What's up? It's Cortez. Subscribe to the Hive. Subscribe to High TV.
Subscribe to the Hive.
Subscribe to Hive TV. Hi, subscribe to Hive TV.
Subscribe.
Subscribe to Hive TV.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's Hive TV broadcast of your 2-2 Center Yellowjackets taking on the 1-8 St. Pius Warriors. We have the starting lineups running out onto the field, shaking hands with the referees. Another beautiful night for soccer. I'm your play-by-play announcer, Andy Hinch, and I'm glad to be here with you tonight.
Junior, number 23, LaShawn Kamari. Senior, number 30, Emerson Vasquez. And senior, number 38, Brandon Keynes.
And once the players are on the field,
Coached by Steve Maxson.
we'll start with our national anthem.
Now, if everyone could please stand and remove your hats as we honor our nation.
A lot of excited young men ready to
Our national
to
anthem
play.
will be sung by Center's own principal at Indian Creek Elementary, Dr. Price, and two of her former students.
Well, so tonight the Yellowjackets are hoping to return to their winning ways. They've had a busy schedule the last couple days. Going back to last week, they played the Oak Grove Panthers, losing close game 3-4, and then winning on Thursday against the Knobnoster Panthers 3-1. The St. Pius Warriors, hoping also to return to winning ways. They've had a busy schedule. Seem to have had a little bit of a problem scoring goals. Hopefully for the St. Pius Warriors, they can rectify that tonight. Steve Madsen taking a team photo. Soccer tradition at its finest. St. Pius breaking the huddle. Keeper in yellow, number 11, Joey Wilson. Keys to tonight's game. For the Yellowjackets, continuing the good work of last week, passing through the midfield, maintaining a strong defense, and hoping that Brandon Keynes has a good night with good feet and hands in goal. St. Pius to take the kickoff, and we're off. Ball rolled out of bounds for a center possession. 40 minutes on the clock, working its way down. So Tyler Hopkins trying to take on a defender. And David Argumendo trying to run that ball, but being pushed out of bounds. St. Pius defender. St. Pius getting a couple heads on the ball. Center brings it to the carpet, passes it up the field. Looks like we're going to roll out again. Take them throwing Pius Joshi, right defender for the center Yellowjackets, pursuing his throw and kicking the ball upfield. Looks like we had a bad throw in. St. Pius player picked his foot up off the ground as he threw it. Number 14 for center, Mansour Balde. Looked like he tried to plate it up front for David Argumendo. Tyler Hopkins chasing the ball. Tackled, bounces off his legs for a St. Pius throw-in. St. Pius is coached by Todd Ashby, assistant coach Charles Mawara, manager Dakota Van Buren. It looks like St. Pius is trying to cross it back to the middle. Quickly and neatly defended by a center player. And again, the center player kicks it out, intervening. Center defense pushes up now. Going to play the ball up to Emilson Vasquez. Tries to run on the ball, almost steals it from number 15. Both teams try to play the ball quickly, hoping for that fast start. Reese Damiano with the throw-in. And Tyler Hopkins chasing the ball. James Raper getting a foot on it. David Argumendo jumping in front of that ball, escorting it to the sideline, passing it back to his defender. Played smartly into Mansour Balde. Center circulating ball well. Playing it to the outside. David Argumendo going to keep it in. Emilson Vasquez. David Argumendo. David. Passing it to Reese Damiano and receiving it back. David Argumendo. Tried to find the foot of his forward, but errant pass. Now coming back the other way in a dangerous spot. We've got St. Pius trying to move the ball around. He's got it on his left foot. Shot. Saved by the center goalkeeper, Brandon Keynes. We've got a cross that's going to roll out of bounds for a center goal kick. Brandon Keynes with the quick save. Hassan Kamara now to take the free kick. It's going to bounce to Reese Damiano, gets a foot on it, runs into his own player, and it looks like we're going to have a handball. Tyler Hopkins, ball bounced up. Tyler tried to pull it back. Center defender stepping up, passing it up to Emilson. Now we got David running onto the ball. He's going to try to cut in on that defender. Passes it. Didn't quite make a good connection, but good try. It looks like we're going to have a center throw in here. Mansour Balde. Up to David. Back to Mansour. Passing it in Tyler. Playing a little triangle here. 1-2 passing. David A little bit too much for David Argumendo. It's going to roll out. Still a dangerous spot for a throw-in. Center can manage to turn this. Get the ball at their feet. They're right at the top of the St. Pius box. The ball's going to get played to the St. Pius bench. Lasan Kamara, he's got a big arm. Here he goes, throwing it to near the top of the box. I'm sorry. Wilson Vasquez taking on a couple defenders there, losing it. St. Pius coming back the other way, playing it down the wing. Lasan Kamara now kicking it out, and we look at the center bench. St. Pius throw. 1-2. St. Pius taking up the midfield, playing it to the top of the box, and we're going to have a misplayed kick. Drifts easily in the air. Brandon Keynes picks it up and gives it a boot. About a 40, 50, 60, 70-yard kick and bounce. David Argumendo now. Once again, trying to find the feet of Emilson Vasquez. David plays it just a little bit too strong. It's going to roll out of bounds for a St. Pius goal kick. Goal kick to be taken by their keeper, Joey Wilson. Now St. Pius goes to work. Passing it through the midfield, trying to find all the open spaces. Made 2 or 3 really good connecting passes here. Yeah, before James Raper. I'm sorry. Hamid Tarjalai intercepting the ball and kicking it out for the Yellowjackets. Ball bouncing for Lasan Kamara. Smartly plays it around the midfielder and plays it forward to David, who's going to try to find his favorite target, Emilson Vasquez. Loses the ball. But again, in Yellowjacket possession, he gets a second try. Just a little bit too strong. Emilson Vasquez looking back in the sun. Number 15 dribbling it up. Cullen Rumsey starts the play from the back line defense. Now the Warriors are moving it up the field. James Raper, center captain, intervenes, playing it up to Tyler Hopkins. And now it looks like we're getting up here. Fancy footwork, trying to find his right foot. We're going to go with a shot by Emilson Vasquez. Smart little pass by David to Emilson. Had his open left foot ready and waiting. And now we have a dangerous free kick here for the center Yellowjackets. Keeper struggling to see through the sun. The kick high. Curling in. Bounces across the face of the box. Emilson trying to take on a defender. He beats him. He takes a left-footed shot to the upper left-hand corner. Just a little bit too far, a little bit too wide. Again, the Warriors trying to play it out of the back. Defense moving the ball around. Intercepted by the Yellowjackets. Oh, hard tackle there. I believe that might have been Reese Damiano. Chopped down that defender like a rotten tree, taking up the stump. And we have a long ball played. Lasan Kamara ushers it to his keeper, Brandon Keynes. Grabs it, turns it the other direction. It's going to be around midfield. Kick back towards the center box. We're going to have a center throw in. Number 18 for the Yellowjackets. Tripping over the ball. St. Pius trying to work the ball around through the midfield, having some success. Ooh, beautiful back heel spin. Number 2 takes a shot, saved by Brandon Keynes. Falls, parries it out, and now center Yellowjackets are going to try to come the other way. Emilson Vasquez just plays it forward, trying to find David, but to no avail. Again, the Warriors looking dangerous, passing it out for a goal kick. Brandon Keynes with a beautiful save, parried the ball. His defense initially kicked it out. Trying to find number 18. Give him some credit for playing on the left wing here. The defense. Sam Adkins. And here goes the center player, trying to dribble it around. Trying to turn that corner on the defender, number 20. That was number 18, Sam Adkins. Couldn't quite make it. But the good news is it rolls out for a center corner kick. Another dangerous kick. Another ball that has a chance to blend in with the sun. David's going to play it short to Mansour Balde. Plays it back to David. Now he's going to try to hook it in front of the keeper, but no worries. Keeper falls, picks it up. He's going to give it a 15-yard throw down the field. Got Sam Adkins speeding back. Re-involved in the play. Number 7 throwing in the ball. Logan Ewing. Ewing. They dribble the ball behind his back. Survey the field. Pick out a target. And there's the throw. Number 3 trying to turn the corner. Center has a pretty strong wall set up. They've got their 4 defenders and a couple midfielders in there. Setting up a fortress. Hassan Kamar heads the ball away. Looks like it's going to be shot just over the top of the bar by the right midfielder. He always knew it was going to fall to his feet. Wasn't able to get his body completely over the shot. Just lifted it high, a little bit above the bar. Coach is going to be telling him to keep his head down on the next shot. Number 7 plays it up to his left forward. Looks like we're going to have a Pius throw in. Number 14, Sean McCarthy. Again, they're trying to work the center of the field. Trying to get open for shots. Number 14 looking to set it up on his right foot. Mansour Balde bats it away with the left foot. Again, center had a lot of defenders, midfielders clogging up the middle near the top of the box. They've been working on doing that, covering players, not giving them the space to take a fair shot. And of course they want to avoid giving away dangerous free kicks. You have some good passes here from the Yellowjackets. between midfielders, trying to find a forward. Now number 3, the ball's taken away by James Raper, center team captain. Plays it off his own player, Tyler Hopkins. Quick throw. Some aggressive play here from both teams. Both the Warriors and the Yellowjackets seem to be very fluid, moving the ball up and down the field. Both teams connecting with smart passes. But at this point, both defenses and goalkeepers doing a good job keeping us at a 0-0 score. Oh. Nope. That being said, center defender trips up the St. Pius player who's dribbling through the box. Looks like we're going to have a St. Pius penalty kick. Yeah, the center defender was kind of caught on the wrong side of the player. Luis Damiano, I believe it was. And here number 2, Eli Elliott. Midfielder to take the penalty kick. Brandon Keynes trying to make himself large. Trying to anticipate where that ball's going. And he dives to his right. The shooter shoots to his left. Goal for the St. Pius Warriors. 1-0. The way both teams are playing, you can't say that it was unexpected for a team to score here. Jacket's going to move the ball around. 1-2 passing. Pulled back by Mansour Balde. Tyler Hopkins getting in the mix. Looks like we got Oscar Sanchez on the field, chasing the ball. Warriors moving it around, but losing it. Luis Damiano dribbling the ball through the midfield. He's going to take it upfield. Smartly played back to number 7, played forward. Oscar Sanchez chasing the ball again. James Raper comes up, falls back. Ball's played in towards the top of the box. Kicked by the center defender. Out of danger temporarily. But here comes St. Pius again. Keeping the pressure on, hoping for that second goal. Number 2 is going to play that ball in. Number 7 gets another chance. Lasan Kamara now. Reese Damiano pointing at number 10, who plays it upfield. Got number 18, Sam Atkins, running onto that ball. Now playing it back to Oscar. Oscar Sanchez plays a dangerous ball inside. Warriors having some problems getting rid of it. Bouncing around, bouncing off people's heads. Looks like Sam Atkins tried to kick it over his head. Throw from a deep position. Looks like Oscar Sanchez headed it out for a St. Pius goal kick. Pius now connecting with 3 or 4 passes, moving it up the wing to number 14 near the corner of the box. Plays it off the center defender who turns it around. Manages to play it out of the box. Be number 16, Troy Taylor. The Yellowjackets. Now Mansour Balde plays the ball up. To Oscar Sanchez. Warriors putting a lot of players forward. But again, center staying fairly compact. So we take a long shot here, about 30 yards out over the top of the bar. With that many defenders and Brandon Keynes in goal. Not much of a chance of that one going in. Again, the player leaning back. Not getting a good head over the ball. Lasan Kamara for the center Yellowjackets. Take a big free kick here. With about 20 minutes left in the half. Warriors keeping up the pressure. Defenders in midfield pushing up. Number 14 gets it onto his right foot, takes a shot, and it just dribbles past Brandon Keynes. It looks like the Warriors 2, Center 0. A little bit unlucky for the Yellowjackets. Bounced through 2 or 3 defenders. We're going to have some substitutes for the Yellowjackets and the Warriors. Well, St. Pius is keeping the pressure up. I was saying their midfield and defenders had also pushed up. Well, center had a good shape in the back and had plenty of midfielders there. Got caught with an unlucky shot. Center's turn to play it out of the back. Mansour Balde loses the ball. 14 on 14. Sam Adkins using his speed. And skills. Ball played out by number 22. Julian Abella. St. Pius defender. Not willing to let Sam Adkins make that turn. But here's Sam's corner kick. He's being waved off by David Argumendo. Outbound curling cross. Center player pushed off the box, pushed off the ball. And we have a beautiful left-footed strike by Emilson Vasquez. Good save by the keeper. Initially parried it up and then collected it. That would be Joey Wilson wearing the yellow jersey for the St. Pius Warriors. Ball's being played back. Center defender ushers it to his keeper, Brandon Keynes. Center trying to gain some momentum. The St. Pius Warriors are persistent, not allowing center a whole lot of sustained passing or possession. But momentum can turn with one shot, one goal. Hopeful ball played by the Pius midfielder into the middle of the box, but no one there. Sanchez plays the ball out. Looks like St. Pius is going to try to play it on the wing. Fielder trying to connect with a forward. Headed by the center defender. Looks like it's going to roll out. Throw in taken by number 14, Sean McCarthy. Toss it to the middle. David Argumendo trying to back into a player, and we have a curling shot by number 14, Sean McCarthy. Hassan Kamara takes 3 steps back. 15 minutes left in the half. Center Yellowjackets hoping to maintain a little bit more possession. Passing it down the wing. David Argumendo with a step over. Tries a second move. Not going to catch the Pius defender on that one, number 15. Colin Rumsey. Hard player to beat. Number 28 intercepts the ball for the Yellowjackets. Plays it back. And loses the ball. Played hopefully. No one home. Except for Brandon Keynes. Nilson Vasquez plays it off his chest. A little bit too much. Well, St. Pius has to like the beginning of this game. They've had a lot of low-scoring games on their end. Haven't scored a lot of goals. Nilson Vasquez dribbling the ball past one defender. Sanchez back to Vasquez. Vasquez tries to work it. It's pushed. Falls down. I'm sure he'd like to have a call. Couldn't quite get it onto his favored left foot. Looked like he was playing it for a right-footed shot. Mansour Balde now dribbling the ball up. Tries to make a through ball. David Argumendo beats a player. Stepping over the ball 2 or 3 times, using his skill against 4 defenders. And we're going to have a shot. Nilson Vasquez was able to get it on his left foot. Cranked it through a few players. Rolled a little bit wide. A little bit better stuff here from the Yellowjackets, getting off a couple good shots, making a few good passes. See if they can't build some momentum here before the halftime. They still have 13 minutes left. Mansour Balde heading the ball down. David Argumendo diving in. Calling for his players to make moves. Passes it to Sanchez. Takes a right-footed shot. Slow roller to the keeper. Oscar Sanchez probably wishes he could take another shot at that one. Goalkeeper telling his players to calm down. Here comes his big kick. About 60 yards in the air, bouncing off the turf. David Argumendo again steals the ball. Beautifully passed back and forth to Oscar Sanchez. Now, it just looks like the Pius Warriors have a lot of defenders set up in their box. The Jackets are going to have to pull up a couple more players to get through that forest. Beautiful kick. And beautiful save by Brandon Keynes. Brandon Keynes up out of the box, near the top of the box. Center defender in there intervening. Good work between the goalkeeper and the defender covering for each other. St. Pius is going to play the ball up and through again. Lasan Kamara's got this one covered. We have a slide tackle, but it looks like the ball might have been already gone by the time that tackle was made. Yeah. Center goal kick. Lasan Kamara pulling down the shorts. Might have a good raspberry after that one. Pulling the black pebbles, the rubber pebbles off his shorts. Again, David Argumendo dribbling past a couple players with a pullback, smart move. just trying to find Emilson Vasquez, breaking the wrong way. Instead of out wide, he was breaking in. See if those two can't work that out before the end of the game. Can have a free kick here. David Raper gets a knee on it. Up to Mansour Balde. Center making a couple 1-2 passes. Right idea up to David Argumendo. Plays through a slight foul. And we're going to have a left-footed shot. It looked like maybe a handball. Left-footed shot. Wow. Tell you what, Emilson Vasquez worked his way through those breakers like a surfer on a longboard. Made a beautiful cut, twisting his body, trying to get some power on the shot. Keeper was there, though. Coming back the other way, St. Pius. Number 2 dribbles it past James Raper. Passes it out wide. We're going to have a cross. Oh, to an open goal mouth. Number 13, I believe, plays it over the top. Brandon Keynes was covering the near post. Back post was fairly empty. Beautiful cross. Number 13 takes a shot over the top of the bar. That would be James Arnold. Center a little bit lucky on that one. Goalkeeping, or I'm sorry, in soccer terms, they call that a sitter. That one should have been in the net. It's almost harder to miss that one than make it from that close a range. All right, now St. Pius still working the ball. Out wide. James Raper gets a foot on the ball. Keeping number 10 from that dangerous cross, which he was surely intending. Number 14 throwing the ball back. Gonna have a cross up into the middle. Number 13 tries to get a head on it. Instead it bounces to the turf, and then eventually Reese Damiano. Mansour Balde using the ball. Number 7 takes a shot. Lasan Kamara trying to play it up to his player. But again, intercepted by St. Pius Warriors. James Raper, he's had enough. So let's get this ball out of here. Playing it forward, charging forward. Now the Yellowjackets, maybe with some fast break opportunity. Counterattack. Giving their defense a little breather here. Number 7, Oscar Sanchez. Reese Damiano catching his breath. Looks like you have a substitution on the play. Referee now whistles for play to continue. Mansour Balde playing it out wide for Oscar Sanchez. He's going to get the ball back. Playing it to Reese Damiano. Tyler Hopkins to Oscar Sanchez. He switched sides of the field. Try to play to the right side. Not quite going to make it there. James Raper keeping the ball in bounds. Weak pass to Mansour Balde. Hassan Kamara now turning the ball. Losing it to number 7. Number 13 with a cheeky move. It's like Hamid Tarjali. I'm going to play it out wide. A little bit too far. James Raper with the strong throw. And now with the kick up to number 10. David takes on the defender, beats him, cuts it back. Couple step overs, plays it to the middle of the field. Reese Damiano tries to cross that ball back up, probably for David Argumendo, just a little bit too strong. Good idea. Center getting about 3 players into the attack. Pius Warriors, though, setting up a pretty strong defense. Keeper's waiting on probably a substitution here. He's not too concerned about that clock. Being up 2-0. He's going to show his juggling skills. Not bad for a keeper. Going to bounce it off the turf a couple times. Check the air pressure on that ball. Yep. He's up to 3. He's going to set it up for his goal kick here. Got Emilson Vasquez in the lower right-hand corner of the screen, talking to his midfield and defenders, trying to get them set up. Maybe we get a quick turnaround here. All right, well, St. Pius is driving the ball down the corner, but James Raper using his speed. He's going to let it, escort it out of bounds. Last played by a St. Pius player. James Raper letting the ball do the work. Hassan Kamara. Reese Damiano plays it with the outside of the foot. Brings it down. Up to Tyler Hopkins. Ball finds its way back to James Raper. James is a ball magnet today. He is the team captain. Leads with a quiet strength. Always plays his position well. Never complains. Plays tough defense on that left wing. Guess we call him the left back. St. Pius trying to circulate the ball. Haven't quite had that possession that they enjoyed 10-15 minutes ago. Center seems to be doing a good job breaking up their fluid passes, at least the last 5 minutes. Number 10 being taken on by Tyler Hopkins. And we're going to have a corner kick. Dangerous spot for the Yellowjackets. They need to set up their defense, mark up all the players, give no one a free opportunity, a header or a shot here. Tyler Hopkins turning around to see the ball. It's curled outwards to the feet of number 6, who takes a shot over the top of the box with the left foot. Hurried his shot a little bit, leaning backwards. He'd taken the time to get his head over the ball. There probably would have been a center defender on him. James Raper plays it up. David Argumendo playing up to Reese Damiano. It's going to roll out for a St. Pius throw-in. Troy Taylor playing that ball up. Playing right defense for the Yellowjackets. Thrown in by number 10, Justin Fish. Hassan Kamara having none of it. Rejected. Thrown by number 14, Sean McCarthy. He's going to throw it to the top of the center box. Hassan Kamara heads it out. But again, the ball bounces to the foot of St. Pius player. He's going to work it to the outside. Seems like St. Pius is pushing a lot of players up, hoping for that third goal before the half. Vito Argumendo with a spin and a move. That's Balde backing him up. Center having a hard time getting it out of its half. That's Balde dribbling the ball 2 or 3 times, a couple times in the air. Looks like there was a foul on the play. We have a free kick.
1 minute left in the half.
Referee having a discussion with one of the center players. Blows his whistle to restart play. And we're going to have a ball played in, curled in. Just barely out of reach of a couple St. Pius players. San Kamara kicking the ball forward again. Ball bounces away from Emilson Vasquez. Pius playing the ball out. It's Balde trying to get back into the play.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
Center
5,
has a lot of players bunched up.
3, 2, 1.
Clogging up the area right in front of Brandon Keynes. And it looks like it's halftime. Your center Yellowjackets 0. St. Pius Warriors 2.
I think I'm dreaming right now. I never knew this was gonna be my new school.
It's amazing. When we got to bring the students over and tour the building, they were so elated, so excited.
This is amazing. Look how big it is. I didn't even know what to say. The building gets so big and we have a lot of space around here. We get to have fun with our friends. Whoa, it looks like a whole museum. This is so cool.
There's TVs, like there's one over there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 TVs in this room. I think it's awesome and it's really big and there's so many classrooms and I just love the whole school. I think it's awesome. It had more space than the old school. If the teachers don't have something and the other classroom do, you can just open the doors and ask for it.
My heart is just full because they demonstrated such gratitude in how they were taking everything in. This is for us. Yes, this is for you. When we were going through the design process, we wanted it to be more collaborative, more open. We've outgrown, our current space. The particular setup has a purpose for instruction and the learning experience.
Why is this place so cool?
3rd and 4th and 5th are upstairs, and next year I'm going to be in 3rd. And there's lockers and an outdoor classroom.
There's a dryer! When you look up top, it looks like a beehive.
The blue design is beautiful.
We are gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna learn a lot.
It's just exciting. Our students are going to do great work here from years to come.
Thank you, Center Community, for giving us this beautiful space. We love our new building.
We can't wait to learn here.
Indian Creek Bulldogs forever!
Every year we have about 300-ish runners, walkers, joggers, jumpers, strollers, whatever you want to do. Come out and join us, and we raise money for the Center Education Foundation. Its mission is to first end student homelessness for all students in the Center School District. Its main focus is to provide educational opportunities for our students that wouldn't otherwise be possible without grants, without additional funding. So that money that we raise through our race fees, every single dollar of our race fees goes into the Center Education Foundation and is used directly for projects for students. Walking, running the 1 mile, or doing the 5K, all of those things raise funds. In addition, we also have some sponsors that help, and our key sponsors this year are NASB and also Lab Conco. And so those are our big donors, and we really thank them. Sunfresh is an in-kind sponsor, meaning that they are donating all the water bottles and post-race snacks for us. We've just really got a lot of help out there from our community to make this happen. All students in the Center School District, no matter what grade, to participate free of charge, and they get the t-shirt too. Everybody that finishes either the mile or the 5K gets a medal. So there will be live music on stages, bands, the Center Marching Band, the Yellowjacket Marching Band starts everything off. We also have, face painters and games, all kinds of things. And of course we will have social distancing. It's an outdoor event, so we really feel like it's a safe way to get together outdoors.
Guaranteed, if you come to a Center football game, you can look forward to a bunch of young men playing very hard, giving great effort, and playing the game the way it's supposed to be played. We really just want to, teach the guys that it takes a team, man. Team effort for everything that we do.
Subscribe to the High.
Subscribe to High TV. What's up? It's Cortez. Subscribe to the High. Subscribe to High TV.
Subscribe to the Hive.
Subscribe to High TV. Hi, subscribe to High TV.
Subscribe.
Subscribe to Hive TV.
Welcome back to tonight's game, your Center Yellowjackets versus the St. Pius Warriors. So I had a chance to catch up with Coach Matson on Sunday. He was recovering from watching his son play some games on Saturday against second graders. He was enjoying the Southampton playing the Wolves on EPL soccer. So in my conversation with him, he said that tonight's game was somewhat of a revenge game. Last year, the number 5 St. Pius Warriors were ranked number 5 going into districts. Center was the number 1 seed, and St. Pius managed to knock the Yellowjackets out, setting up thus a revenge situation for tonight's game. Of course, this is not the beginning Coach Mattson would have liked for the Yellowjackets, but they do say that 2-0 is the most dangerous score in soccer, so we do have that. The first half, Center had its moments of possession, smart combination passing, but unfortunately with the defense that's been set up, they've been unable to find a through ball or enough room to take a scoring shot. On the other hand, the St. Pius Warriors have had a lot of possession, ball movement, and some dangerous shots from the top of the box, and some good crossing. So that's kind of where we stand, 2-0. Center Yellowjackets have a full schedule this week. They play tomorrow in Odessa. They play Thursday against Northeast. And Coach Mattson was mentioning to me that something else that they're looking forward to is a spring soccer session to be run by a couple dads, Michael Giangrosso and David Clarkson, and he hopes as many players as possible get involved in the spring league. Looks now like the screen. We have the St. Pius Warrior coach telling his players, keep up the work and be careful with the 2-0 score. I'm joined in the booth by Steve Parker. He's been out on the field making sure that you get all the best camera angles you can.
Yeah, thanks, Andy. Once again, great job in the first half. What I got to see, yeah, I mean, it sounds like you just went over a little bit of what happened. What are you seeing as a former coach and player? What are you seeing from both teams?
I'm seeing the Yellowjackets struggle a little bit to get the ball moving through the midfield. They've been playing it out of the back, and there have been a lot of turnovers. Part of that is due to St. Pius pushing up its players, seeming to have good numbers forward. And then St. Pius, when center does have the ball, it seems like they're pushing maybe 1 or 2, 3 players forward, and St. Pius is matching that offense with 3, 4 defenders and a couple midfielders. So it's been really hard for center to work its way through the wall that St. Pius has set up there on defense.
Yeah, absolutely. I've noticed was able to catch a couple of some really nice saves by both goalkeepers, really. Both sides had some nice saves. Pius obviously scoring on a penalty kick, which those are always super, super difficult for any goalkeeper to stop.
Yeah, and I think sometimes when a team gets scored on, their heads go down a bit, and they may not play as smoothly as they would like. And certainly that could have happened to center. They had some really sharp spots where they were moving the ball around well. Maybe they can regain that form here in the second half.
Well, as you mentioned, it only takes a score to kind of get that momentum in the Yellowjackets' favor. So we'll see what they can do here with the 40 minutes left.
Yeah. On that note, I will say that with St. Pius pushing so far up the field, it should open up some space for Emilson Vasquez as one. Maybe it's possible that center can loft the ball behind the defense of the Warriors and get a quick score. Be game on. What's the temperature like out there?
It's a little bit little sticky, but when the sun goes down, the temperature gets a little cooler, and it's not a bad night, and not as nice as we had last week. It's one of those gorgeous, end of summer, beginning of fall kind of nights, but you can't complain with a night like this.
Yep. Looks like we have number 16, Troy Taylor, playing defense on the wing, joined by his midfielder, Tyler Hopkins. Trying to keep those Warriors from crossing the ball into the middle. James Raper on it, though. We have another cross. Dangerously played across the field. Center seemed to have figured it out. You know, I was interviewing a couple of players in the hallway today, and I was commenting that they'd had 2 games in quick succession last week, 2 very close games, and then, of course, you have this game. And you and I talked about this last week. Another ball played in. Brandon Keynes grabs it. No worries. That Coach Matson was having to sub players, not only through the heat that we're playing through here, but the fact that some of these players have been running 8 miles a game, and we're not sure how many games St. Pius has played recently, but that could be one of center's issues. Maybe a few tired legs out there.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Plus, we also have to remember that these young men, for both sides, you know, spend an entire day at school, and pretty mentally taxed, I'm sure, from that. You're exactly right, Andy, to point that out. 2 close games last week, followed by a Monday game here tonight. That could, you know, I don't care how good a shape you're in, that can have an impact.
Looks like St. Pius working the ball through the midfield. Again, doing a pretty good job maintaining possession. That's Ribalde trying to get in between the player and the ball. The player and the player. Ooh, shot.
Oh.
Beautiful save by Brandon Keynes. Had to dive to his right, push the ball off the post. It was a great shot. Looked like Pius was trying to quickly pass that ball through the top of the field and took a quick, hard shot.
Nice reaction time from Brandon there.
Excellent reaction time. Going to have a cross by number 7, Logan Ewing. And another shot. Brandon Keynes to his knee, grabs it. He's going to quickly kick it down the other direction. Maybe he can catch some players sleeping on defense. Wow. Is that number 18? 100-yard sprint, Sam Adkins.
He definitely took off down the field.
Let's see, center now having to get back on defense. Beautiful tackle by Lasan Kamara. Number 10 wiping the rubber pellets off his knees. Justin Fish. He was down there in the deep sea after that tackle.
Absolutely. You were talking about riding the waves. I caught a little bit of that earlier.
Yeah. Surfing analogies.
Continue with the metaphor there.
Okay, beats a center defender, but center handles it. We're playing it out to Emilson Vasquez.
Always exciting to watch him with the ball.
It is, and he's got a lot of open field to run with here. Plays it with the outside of his left foot. David Argumendo takes it away, takes a right-footed shot. Hard to tell where that ball went. Looks like it might have disappeared on the left side, left outside of the bar.
Wasn't off by much.
Was not. I was about to say that those two have almost connected on several passes, and I didn't think David was going to catch up to that ball, but he sure did. Looked like Emilson was expecting him to break out, but he broke inside instead, but still managed to get the ball. Good speed by David.
Yeah, it seems like center has had quite a few of those tonight where it's just a little off. Maybe due to those tired legs.
Mm-hmm.
But you can see
Sam
that
Adkins,
they're close.
They're close. Just one cut, one direction, the wrong way, the right way. An easy goal, and they're back in this game. Emilson Vasquez pulls the ball down, gets the left foot on it, shoots it over the top of the bar. Well, there was your chance.
It was probably me.
Number 2 throwing in the ball, Reese Damiano. Nope. Well, he just drops it for Mansour Balde. Tries to pass it into his forward. No connection. Now we're coming back the other direction. Fast break. Mishandled by their forward. Number 14 gives Lasan Kamara enough time to catch up to the ball. And now sure-footed James Raper catching up with it. Looks like it might have rolled out for a throw-in. Number 10, Justin Fish.
I've kind of been watching that and wondering, Andy, sometimes it seems like those out of bounds on those side calls are a little bit subjective. Sometimes it seems like they let them get a little bit out, but it's not like football where it's out, it's out.
No, and one thing that confuses a lot of people about soccer and the ball rolling out of bounds, we have a good job by the center defender getting a foot in there to stop that cross. Something that St. Pius has been trying to do all night, cross that ball across the top. Not this time. So to be out of bounds in soccer, the ball has to roll fully out, which confuses a lot of people. You can have
that makes sense, yeah.
3/4 of the ball out, but just as long as the edge of that ball is still making contact or still over that plane. Now here we go. Center with a pass back through the middle. Got Sam Adkins doing a lot of hard work there. Milson trying to get it onto his left foot. Oh, beautiful, putting it just in the right space, but Pembroke defender, I'm sorry, I keep saying Pembroke, but the St. Pius defender manages to get in the way, and Reese Damiano fighting for the ball. So yeah, the ball has to roll completely out. So a lot of times it'll even look like the ball's out, but the trailing edge of that ball is still over the plane of that white line.
It's good to know. Once again, enlightening me with the rules of the beautiful game.
We have a ball played in the middle. Brandon Keynes to his left picks it up. Of course, on the turf, that ball rolls really quick. The assistant referee is much maligned. It's a job that I wouldn't want.
No, I totally agree.
Responsible for calling offsides, out of bounds, incorrect throw-ins. A lot of responsibility. We know how easy offsides is to spot.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Lasan Kamar, he's about 40 yards out, a little bit further, but he's got a good leg, so he's going to try to play it in the box. He finds Emilson Vasquez. Quick left-footed shot. The keeper's there, spoiling his hopes for some joy tonight. Joy Wilson throwing up a paw, but we do have a center corner kick. Emilson Vasquez hoping for his first goal of the night. Breathing hard, but he's going to take the corner kick. An inbound, in curling, off a player, St. Pius, down to the feet of Sam Adkins. Takes a shot. But again, there's a lot of waves in the middle of that sea.
Yeah, they do. Pius doing
defenders.
A good job with those close, bringing back a lot of players to cover. And once again, their goalie doing a good job.
Yeah, the goalkeeper, he's a junior. All right, I'm trying to read this here.
Looks like Joey Wilson.
Yep. Well, he plays like a senior. There he is trying to stretch out a bit. Hell, maybe a quad. Yeah, he's been taking all their free kicks tonight. looks like we have St. Pius trying to get past that center back line. We have a cross that didn't quite make it for a center goal kick. The always busy Lasan Kamara, number 23. Oscar Sanchez losing the ball. Mansour Balde. Number 6 trying to jump in front of that ball. Brandon Keynes jumps over the top of the ball, lets it roll out. Last touch by a center player. Dangerous corner kick here. Center sets up its defense. Curling in to the head of a center defender. Plays it to the top of the box.
Oh.
Wow, Mansour Balde.
Nice
in the
defensive
right
play
position.
there.
Brandon Keynes diving. Would have stopped it. Those are dangerous kicks, though. Rebounding off a defender, you never know. Now Mansour Balde again. Oscar Sanchez, Mansour Balde. Playing the ball forward. A little bit better from center here.
I was going to say, are you noticing any obvious adjustments that the Yellowjackets have made since over half?
Good passing here to Reese Damiano. He can't quite turn on that ball. Hoping for the upper right-hand corner. It does seem like they're coming up as a group now. Their chance of scoring is a little bit higher. They bring a couple midfielders with their forwards. Of course, we do know center forwards can score on their own.
Absolutely.
Sam Atkins, David Argumendo, and Emilson Vasquez. Any one of those three at any moment. But it always helps when your midfield's there in case you lose the ball. About 25 minutes left in the game. Still plenty of time. Good moves, but losing the ball out. Reese Damiano now with a throw in.
I know one of the things that's a little bit more difficult in soccer versus the other sports, you have the balls coming in when it goes out of bounds, and sometimes it can be really difficult as a camera person to figure out which ball is actually going to go back into the game.
Yeah.
So sometimes you just kind of have to guess when you see those ball boys on the side.
Yep.
But our crew doing a good job still.
Keeping up with the play. Looks like there was a foul called on, looked like it might have been Oscar Sanchez. A little bit too much of a slide. Tackling on that turf. Okay, here we go again. St. Pius trying to cross the ball. Actually, it's going to be a shot. Picked up by Brandon Keynes. Solid kick. To midfield. Oscar Sanchez not quite able to handle the ball. Reese Damiano playing it up. Oscar Sanchez now pursuing again. And it looks like Sam Adkins involved in the play. So now the center Yellowjackets, they've got about 6 players moving up into the offense now. Ooh, David Argumendo. A little misfire. To James Raper. I'm sorry, somebody else playing defense on that side tonight. That minute. Oscar Sanchez playing it back. We go number 13. Passes the ball inside. Here's Damiano. Trying to find a forward. Trying to phone a friend.
Yeah, once again, St. Pius defenders getting back quickly and spacing themselves out to make it hard to cut off those passing lanes, really.
Well, this game has a nice back and forth flow to it at this point. It's kind of like two boxers in the ring throwing free punches. So it looks like the ball was crossed up. Assume Brandon Keene's got a hand on that, or that it rolled out. Center goal kick.
Take this opportunity to remind our viewers that the football game normally scheduled for Friday night, our homecoming game, has been moved. We will be playing Harrisonville, the Harrisonville Wildcats, I believe, at 12 o'clock noon right here at Yellowjacket Stadium. Looking forward to a exciting conference game there, Harrisonville.
And they'll be announcing the royalty.
Oh, and the homecoming royalty, that's right.
Exactly.
The kids.
It's a big game.
We are going to have a homecoming dance. It'll be outside, so social distancing and keeping everybody safe.
Oh, there's a tough tackle there.
Yeah. Speaking of football, that was almost like a football move right there.
David Argumendo. Well, Steve, I hope they put some kind of flooring on the turf. I don't know how dancing works on this.
They are encouraging the female students to not wear too high of a heels on the turf. I was just informed by our excellent director, Denny Mosby, that they're not even allowing heels on in the dance, so they won't even let them in with heels. So should take care of that problem right there.
Less torn ACLs.
Right. Right.
I wonder if they'd let him in with cleats. Lasan Kamara playing it out. Number 1. Tyler Hopkins.
Well, it's not the ideal situation. Talking about the homecoming dance, at least the school and the district is still trying to put something together for these kids that have gone through so much over the past year and a half. Like I say, it might not be ideal, but it's something. And it's something especially for these seniors, a few of which we have on our crew right now, at least to have some sort of semblance of a normality for their senior year.
Dangerous free kick here. Smart play by Troy Taylor, wanting to give his team a little bit more time to set up. He charges forward, and he's going to force the referee to march off to 10 yards.
I see
little
what you say there. Little gamesmanship.
Yeah.
You're exactly right.
Allows them to set up a 2-man wall. This is something the Yellowjackets have been working on. And we have a curling shot over the top. Yeah, Coach Matson has been working with them on setting up, I don't want to say better walls, because if you'll remember last week, there was one player from the other team that curled one around a wall and over the top of the wall. So it's something that they've been focusing on, setting up walls to stop free kicks. And it worked that time.
Yeah, it looked like Troy, like you said, just bought him enough time to kind of get themselves set and force that kick a little wide.
Brandon Keynes, no worries. Picks the ball up. And there's still about 20 minutes left. Score still center 0. St. Pius Warriors 2. Play the ball forward. Oh, there's Emilson with the left foot. Oh, shoots it into the gut of the goalkeeper. That's got to hurt.
Yeah, he's going to feel that one tomorrow.
Wow.
A powerful kick.
shot.
Let's just hope he's okay. It might just be the wind.
Knock
got
the wind
knocked
out of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But speaking of Troy, you mentioned Troy's name just a second ago. A little-known fact, at least maybe to some people, that Troy is quite an accomplished guitar player. I had the opportunity to have him as a freshman student, and I brought my guitar out on one of the first few days of school, and if Troy didn't just say, Mr. Parker, I can play a little, so I handed him the guitar, and he proceeded to serenade the entire class. Quite impressive.
Impressive.
He's a man of many hats, Troy Taylor, center Yellowjackets.
Good to be multi-talented. Mansour Balde playing the ball out to, he kept it in. Milson Vasquez. Yeah, great shot by Milson Vasquez. Keeper had the near post covered. Milson's got to be a little bit frustrated.
Yeah, he's had some good shots. It's just that the goalkeeper's just been one step ahead of him.
Yeah, good positioning. Yeah, I'll bet Emilson would do it different if he had another shot. Maybe a little bit lower. Tries to backheel it. James Raper. Put it up to Lasan Kamara. David Argumendo taking on a couple defenders. He's going to try to play the ball into the box. No one's going to make that run. You know, one person who doesn't seem to struggle with conditioning or the heat or playing 3 games in 4 or 5 days, I'll bet David Argumendo could probably play 7 games in a week. One each day.
Yeah.
Always seems to have fresh legs.
He's like the Energizer Bunny out there. Always keeps going and going and going. Speaking of going, we ran the 5K promo here at halftime, and that's coming up on October 9th. Don't forget to come out and support the Center Education Foundation in their fundraising efforts to provide grants for teachers with special projects, just like Hive TV. As I've mentioned before, Hive TV started out as a special project funded entirely by the Center Education Foundation with the incredible support of their members. The 5K will be held at Redbridge Shopping Center with a South KC block party.
We have a steal here.
Oh.
Coming back the other way. He's going to get another left foot. Oh, he passes it. Oh! Oscar Sanchez over the top of the bar. He's going to lay on the field for a while.
His eyes got wide on that one.
He's hoping to disappear into the blue of that center Yellowjacket.
Yeah, that was just right there for him, and maybe got just a little too excited and just let it get away from him.
Beautiful idea for Emilson Vasquez. You know, he took that left-footed shot last time, thought he'd do something different. He had a wide-open Oscar Sanchez just leaning back a little bit. He was a little bit excited on that shot.
Yeah, just high and outside.
Well, but there you go again. Center pulls one back. They're back in this game. They still have 15 minutes. They've had the better opportunities here in the second half. We have, that being said, we're going to play the ball forward. Brandon Keynes is going to grab it. I suspect, though, that was offsides.
I was going to say, that was dangerous there for a second.
Yeah, if center could get one, it can get 2. James Raper playing the ball up. Wilson Vasquez seems energized by these recent opportunities. Seems to have a new life to him. And the Yellowjackets do seem a little bit livelier since these last couple opportunities.
Absolutely.
Playing with a sense of urgency.
Yeah, well, you see that clock starting to get to that point where you see the time ticking away.
Wilson Vasquez trying to beat his defender.
Oh.
Broke some ankles on that one.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And we're going to have a center corner kick here. Good opportunity for the Yellowjackets. Mansour Balde looking to take it here. Wilson Vasquez going to get a little air. Let's see what Mansour can do. Probably a curling in. And, oh, keeper had it and then pushed it down to his feet. Center Yellowjacket almost ate that one up.
I was going to say, he was surrounded by 2 Yellowjackets on either side of him and still managed to control that ball. And
seems like the momentum has shifted here. Hopefully the Yellowjackets can stave off this little run. Defenders falling back into position now. Brandon Keynes again picking up the ball. Stopping at the edge of his box. Oscar Sanchez trying to trap that ball. Plays it back. Receives it back in return. Nice little 1-2 passing back and forth with the Yellowjackets. Oh, tried to pass it to Oscar Sanchez, and he was breaking the wrong direction. But good ideas from the Yellowjackets here. They're finding each other's feet. Good pullback by Emilson Vasquez. Getting Mansour Balde involved. He's going to play to another center player. It looks like he's going to play it out to Pius Joshi on the right defensive wing all the way up here. Center now pushing players forward. Got number 22 for the throw-in. St. Pius. Julian Abella. Dangerous spot if the Yellowjackets were to wrestle it away from the Warriors, which they will. And here we go. Number 10, David takes a hopeful shot. Decent idea. Balde and James Raper escorting the ball out.
Andy, I'm going to run down to the field and check on a couple of technical issues. Once again, great job calling the game. Keep my fingers crossed. Keep my one eye on the field and see if our Yellowjackets can pull this out.
Say hi to the camera people. Again, Pius Joshi taking the throw in. Warriors not making it easy on the Yellowjackets to move that ball forward. David Argumendo cuts right, cuts left, passes it to James Raper, pointing up the field. Little 1-2 combinations here. Again, David Argumendo fooling a couple Warrior players. Some close camera action here. Center legs looking spry. Trying to get back into this game. Little push by the defender. But Sam Atkins still fighting for the ball. He's going to fall down. Referee allows play to continue. Mansour Balde outside of the left foot to James Raper. Center now jogging back to its midfield and defensive responsibility positions. Looks like we have number 16 getting involved here in the defense. Be Troy Taylor. Mansour Balde playing it up. Center keeping the pressure on. Mansour Balde again. Reese Damiano with the throw. David bouncing the ball, trying to get to his other forward. David aggressively plays into the player. No call. We're going to keep going. Oscar Sanchez stops the ball on a dime. Passes it back to Lasan Kamara. Now we're engaging the defenders in this attack. Oscar Sanchez plays the ball out. Pius Joshi loses the ball, but the Yellowjackets still fighting for it. Reese Damiano now. Good work, Yellowjackets. Getting seven or eight different players involved in that passing. Maintaining a bit of possession. Looks like we're going to have a throw in. Seems like we have a coach on the field. Probably an injured player. He's smiling. Yep. Number 20 is holding his arm. That would be Matthew Devine. Number 20. Walked off the field. Assisted by the trainer. Going to pause play here for a minute. Going to have a throw in by number 22, Julian Abella. Pius Joshi on the ball. So again, the score is 2-0 to the Warriors of St. Pius. Looks like we're going to have a whistle on that play. Got about 7 minutes remaining in the game. Center sets up its defense. Referee. Allowing play to continue. Across, trying to make it to the inside of the box, but Troy Taylor there. David Argumendo fighting off a couple defenders, trying to find his forward again. David, the one-man wrecking crew. Reese Damiano trying to do the same. Lasan Kamara now kicking the ball. Mansour Balde finding Reese Damiano. Tyler Hopkins. Played back to the keeper. Your keeper kicks it forward. Pius Joshi handling the ball. Troy Taylor kicking it up to Mansour Balde. Well, a better second half for the Yellowjackets. Connecting on some good passes. 2 or 3 shots. Could have found the back of the net. A little bit unlucky. Certainly have done better in cutting the possession time for St. Pius. Haven't been able to replicate their scoring fluency of the first half. Argumendo going to chase that ball down. Nielsen Vasquez, number 30, watching the throw in. Nielsen Vasquez pulls the ball down. He's going to take on a couple defenders. Left-footed shot, goal! Emilson Vasquez, he pulls it down, charges forward, left-footed shot. And that time he beats the keeper on the inside. Brings a smile to his face. The scoring drought is over. Waving his arms in the air, trying to encourage his teammates. 4 minutes is a long time in soccer. Plenty of time. Referee now starts the clock. 2-1. Nielsen Vasquez and try to back heel, rainbow the ball over the top of the defender's head. Not so successful with that. Reese Damiano now on the ball. The Warriors are just going to boot that downfield. Hassan Kamara handles it, plays it forward. Back and forth. Center's now moving numbers down the field. This is going to be hard. Should be a hard 3 minutes for the St. Pius Warriors. Center's going to push its players forward. Try to keep this ball locked in the Warrior half. Trying to get that last goal to bring things even. Pius Joshi lets it, no, I'm sorry. Number 6 lets it roll out. Hamid Tarjali. Tarjali. I even have it written down correctly here. Okay, we have about 2 minutes left in the game. Here comes center again. Like waves crashing on the beach. Nielsen Vasquez. Relentless. Dribbling it into the box. Crossing it. No one there. Mansour Balde brings it down. Takes a shot. Does not find its way through the breakers. But we have a center throw in. David Argumendo. Med now kicks the ball forward. Desperate defending, desperate times for the Warriors. Looks like we're going to have an offsides. About a minute and a half left. All the center players face up, trying to win this ball, bring it back down into the box. They can pull one level. Toss to Hassan Kamara. Got the big arm. Throws about 30 yards downfield. About a minute remaining. Damiano chasing the ball. David Argumendo trying to play the ball in. All right, James Raper gets it up. And we have, trying to find our left foot. Nielsen Vasquez with the shot, played off a St. Pius defender. Nielsen Vasquez. Be a little bit disappointed, but he gave it a go. We've got about a minute left. Should see if they've stopped the clock. Very important minute for the center Yellowjackets. Looks like we've got the St. Pius defense set up. All their players should be in range of that goal, trying to make a last-minute stand. Can't tell quite how much time is left. Hassan Kamara, can't be much time. 39 seconds. Played upfield. Nielsen Vasquez with the ball. 30 seconds remain. Throws it into the middle. Got Mansour Balde taking on a couple defenders, trying to dribble through, looking for a pass. Passes it to the outside to Sanchez. Crosses up to the middle. Looks like it's going to roll out of bounds. With 8 seconds remaining. Looks like a throw in, but not enough time. Referee blows his whistle and points to the center circle. And that will end tonight's contest. We have St. Pius Warriors 2, Center Yellowjackets 1. Something to consider as we end tonight's game. Remember that Saturday night's football game was a change from Friday night. So we'll play our homecoming game at 12 noon. It will be televised on Hive TV versus Harrisonville. Come out and see some football. Get a chance, come see the Yellowjackets play on the road, the center soccer team. They play tomorrow night in Odessa and Thursday night at Northeast. And the football team will play the 12 noon homecoming game at home. Again, televised on Hive TV versus Harrisonville. Center Yellowjacket soccer team comes out and thanks their fans for their support. Thank you for watching tonight's game. This is your center play-by-play announcer, Andy Hanch, wishing you a good night and a good week.
Yeah, I know. I was like, Ben's head hits the ball way too much.
Every year we have about 300-ish runners, walkers, joggers, jumpers, strollers, whatever you want to do. Come out and join us, and we raise money for the Center Education Foundation. Its mission is to first end student homelessness for all students in the Center School District. You know, its main focus is to provide educational opportunities for our students that wouldn't otherwise be possible without grants, without additional funding. So that money that we raise through our race fees, every single dollar of our race fees goes into the Center Education Foundation and is used directly for projects for students. Walking, running the 1 mile, or doing the 5K, all of those things raise funds. In addition, we also have some sponsors that help, and our key sponsors this year are NASB and also Lab Conco. And so those are our big donors, and we really thank them. Sunfresh is an in-kind sponsor, meaning that they are donating all the water bottles and post-race snacks for us. We've just really got a lot of help out there from our community to make this happen. All students in the Center School District, no matter what grade, to participate free of charge, and they get the t-shirt too. Everybody that finishes either the mile or the 5K gets a medal. So there will be live music on stages, bands, the Center Marching Band, the Yellowjacket Marching Band starts everything off. We also have, face painters and games, all kinds of things. And of course we will have social distancing. It's an outdoor event, so we really feel like it's a safe way to get together outdoors.